game screen. There we go. Any army creation doers in the chat? Let's go. I have to make my Adepticon 3,000 point Beheast Clower army. Now, this is a little different way of list building than normal on TTS because I have to pull in stuff that I actually own. So, I'm just gonna pull out everything that I technically own here. And then we can pull from that in the creation. I think it's just 3 Beast Riders. And it's 1 Thundertusk Beast Rider, and then it is... Oh wait, sorry. That's a Huskard version. Pardon me. We use birds. We use bald eagles in this house. I got 2 Thundertusk Huskards. I think it's just 1 Thundertusk Beast Rider. 3 Stonehorn Beast Riders. 4 Frost Lords on Stonehorn. Actually, it's more. Hold up. I got the purple one with the tiger. Purple one with tiger cape. Green cape with the giant hook-tooth sickle scythe thing. The Chaos one, who killed a Chaos Lord and uses the Chaos Lord's spear. And then... yeah, I think those are the 3 of the old Frost Lords that I used to have. And then there's brand new Frost Lord who's crushing an Idneth Deepkin terrain feature and kind of mounting the ship. And then there's a dual purpose. It could be a Huskard, it could be it either could be a Huskard or it could be a Frost Lord. I could play it as either. For the one with the giant maw pot terrain feature chained to its back that it's carrying. For all intents and purposes, we'll call it a Frost Lord, but it could be a Huskard if I wanted it to be. So at any one time, I can field 5 Frost Lords, 3 Beast Riders, and a Thundertusk Beast Rider. And 2 Huskards. 2 Huskards on Thundertusk. These are the Beast Rider versions. Yeah, Huskard on Thundertusk, this one. So 2 Thundertusk Huskards. And these are all the monsters that I have. And then also Kragnos. We got a lot of monster trucks on the shelf in the Heywoah Wizard Tower. All right. Being on YouTube is weird. Yeah, it is weird. Tomb King Tristan. Some people like it a lot more. I think it's because, first of all, you can scrub through a live feed, which you just should be able to do on Twitch. I don't know why you can't. And the phone app works a lot better. But I like the experience on Twitch a lot more, and the chat is better. And everything on the back end is way better on Twitch. I do have some Mournfang. I want to say I have 10. So I have 10 Mournfang. Weekend Decadent, you went with YouTube for the 4K streaming and much better bandwidth. Yeah, that is a thing as well. The beef? Yeah, the absolute beef. I have... Where's Hunter Man? He might not be on TTS, in fact. So I'll use this one. I have an Icebrow Hunter, the old version. I have... Let's see... Okay, yeah, they don't have the new one. The, Blood Pelt Hunter, I have that one. So I'm just gonna count this guy as it counts as Blood Pelt Hunter. I got one of those. And the conversion on it, I really like it. I wish he was a model that was worth playing at all, but he's not. What else do I have? I don't have the Pirate Guys. I technically have 2 Slaughtermasters. But they're like custom built ones that, well, they're better than the originals. I got a Tyrant, but he's unpainted. So I would have to paint him. So we'll put him in the maybe pile over here. Don't have a Firebelly, don't have a Butcher. I could convert one if I wanted to. Oh, Icefall Yehites. I have 3 Yetis that are done, and 3 others that I would need to paint. And then I have 9 old Yetis. But it would look weird because they're different. As far as Frost Sabers are concerned, I have Fenrisian Wolves, which is what everybody uses for Frost Sabers. Something like 6 of them. 3 squads of 2. You know AOS isn't balanced for 3K, but do any higher point units become auto-includes in playing in 3K? What's your opinion? Kragnos certainly is more attractive. AOS isn't balanced for 3,000 points, but if you have to scale the game up or down, AOS gets way more unbalanced as you go down, and as you go up, it doesn't even necessarily get more unbalanced. 3,000 points is a fine point value to play Age of Sigmar at. The game mechanics don't kind of crumble. And if you go below 2,000 points, the more you go down, the more the game mechanics themselves sort of crumble and big gaps and holes start opening up. And it's just clear they did not design the rules system itself at all to play well below about 1,500 or so. When you start getting to like 1K, the priority system... if you get double turned, you just don't have enough stuff on the table to do anything with anymore. The whole point of priority is that you're not supposed to instantly lose the game when you get double turned. And at 2,000 points, you have plenty of models not to instantly lose when you get doubled. And at 3K, you have you're completely fine. But the farther you go below 2,000, the more likely you are to just get tabled. And the system kind of breaks down there. Which I don't think is a flaw, unless you want to play smaller games. Then it's a flaw for you, right? But, how do I put this? Like, I feel it's like a custom game mode. You know, it's like, everybody chooses random select and you can only press A, you can't press B on your controller in a fighting game or something. It's like it's a way you can choose to play, but then the game doesn't quite work there. And the problem is GW tells you that it works, but they're just lying. That's the problem. Anyhow. What's up, Mimbia? You know, let's see. Do you have those cool new Gorgers from the Warcry box? Are they any good in AOS? No, I don't have those. I don't have any of the new Gorgas. They're actually cool. Are they any good in AOS? Their War Scroll is a good War Scroll. They happen to be way overpriced right now. So they're just way too expensive for what they do. But their War Scroll is good. So if the points come down, I think they'll be you could totally play a unit of them. And they'll do work for you. This is different than a unit whose War Scroll is just terrible and it doesn't matter what the points are, it doesn't do anything ever. And I'm talking about Icebrow Hunter, Hrothgorn, arguably Yetis at this point, Thunder Tusks, just there's stuff that actually there's a lot of it in this army, but especially Frost Sabers. There's stuff where the War Scroll is just so shit that nothing can save it. That's not Gorgers. What they do is good. They just cost 200 something points for 5 of them, which is nuts. That's all. Glad to have you back. Thanks a lot. Been meaning to ask this for a while, and you may have answered this on Twitch. I've streamed for like 10,000 hours. I probably have, but I don't mind answering the same question more than once. It comes with the territory. Do you think Gargant hackers will get FAQ to be 3-inch range? Range 2 was the reason you'd consider them before. Yeah, true. Do I think they'll get FAQ to be 3? No. It seemed like all of the FAQs that changed weapon ranges were done last time. It felt like last patch, that was their patch where they were changing weapon ranges. And they're probably not going to continue to do so. I feel like they probably just finished that. If they were going to get changed to 3 inches, if at all, that's probably a new battle tome kind of thing. But yeah, range 2 was the reason you would consider them before. Although, I don't know, to be honest, I think it's kind of always been clubs and blades and iron fists. It's kind of always been that. Sort of always been the thing you did with them. I don't know what my point is. It'd be fine to have a real option. Mathematically speaking, against most armor types that you'll ever play against, the Gargant hackers and the clubs and blades, statistically about the same for expected outcomes. So you might as well take the iron fists, because they have one extra rule. That's kind of how it is. I mean, the Gargant hackers look cooler, but having fewer attacks and hitting on 4s is kind of, both of those put together is a little too far for me. It doesn't matter too terribly much anyway. You tend to play Mournfang as units of 2, as chaff battle line. Them having gone down a lot in points is big, and so maybe you're trying to play with 4 of them now. I'm not sure. But my music changed. Alright, there we go. Both sides receive double damage is what 1k points is. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Which is... 1k is fine for being your first game ever. You're just learning how to roll dice. You're learning, what's a likely charge, what's an unlikely charge, how do my own rules work. Getting used to the game. Oh man, at the end of every battle round, we roll for priority. So, if I'm going first in a battle round, that means at the end of the battle round, I could get doubled. If I'm not going first, it means I can never get doubled right now. And so I need to learn how to play, considering in the future, if I'm going first, I gotta be a little cautious. I don't want to go all in because then we're flipping a coin for game, And so just the first few games, 1k is fine. But you're definitely supposed to graduate to 2k, which is like the main game. For reasons. It's a flaw in terms of first impressions and new player onboarding, which is critical for the game's long-term health. Kind of, yeah. It doesn't have to be, though. Like, so they used to do, in Magic the Gathering, they used to do this thing where they would give you little introductory decks, and they had like 30 cards in them at Gen Con. And they're like, here you go, buddy. You want to try Magic the Gathering? Here's a 30 card deck. And it had like 15 land in it and then some creatures and stuff. And you're just supposed to shuffle up 30 cards and play with your friend. But if you liked it, then you're supposed to play 60 card Magic, which is the game. And I don't know why 1K doesn't have to be like that. You know, it's like 1K is what you play once or twice as you're painting up and building the rest of your army. But then you're just, 2K is the game. It's just the game. That's what it is, you know. Magic, you get 60 cards. In Age of Sigmar, you get 2K points. In chess, you got a bunch of pawns and then 2 of every face piece, you know, and that's the game. If you want to play with half of the chess pieces, you can when you're starting out, but that's not the game. You don't need to live there. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it wrong, but that's when I got into the game. I never even played 1K. Why? That's not the game. I want to play the game. So I got 2,000 points and then I played the game. I'm probably weird though. Maybe I don't think like normal people or normal onboarders. Do you think AOS will ever get popular enough to warrant its own apocalypse scale? No. There were rules for it in one of the GHBs though. I think the third one, maybe the second one. There were condensed Age of Sigmar rules for playing at apocalypse scale. Like 10,000 points and stuff like that. General's handbooks used to be filled with all sorts of stuff. Now they're just battle tactics. Which makes it hard to justify their price point, but... Too expensive, will fix itself in time. Much better than the old days when nothing, not even points, would change until next army book. However many years later, yeah. Trying to make literally 3-star collecting boxes work again. It's what you own at the moment. Yeah, no big deal. You know, you're supposed to like... I think you're supposed to like build up to it. But you are supposed to build up to it. Not just stay at 1K forever and then complain that 1K isn't balanced. It's not. It's an on-ramp, it's an exit. Like, you're supposed to be on there briefly, and then play the actual game. It's like the tutorial level. You don't want to keep playing the tutorial level where you don't have all your moves yet. You don't even have double jump yet. Why would you want to play without double jump? In Doom or whatever, I don't know. You wish 1K was more playable because it's nice to play a shorter game? Yeah, that's what Kill Team, Warcry, Underworlds, that's what like those, I think the side games are for. But I guess Warcry is like way smaller and it's got totally different rules. So that doesn't quite fit either. It's just a problem they gotta solve. I just hope they solve that problem without fucking with the rules of the real game. That's all. You can do whatever you want to fix 1K, but don't change the core rules so that 2K is worse. That's mostly what I'm trying to protect. It's not advertised as an intro, which is a problem. Yeah, well, that would be an easy one to fix then. Like if it said, hey, you're brand new to the game. For your first game or two, if you haven't built a 2K yet, go ahead to play a few games of 1K, but like phrase it like that because it's really how it is. Don't be like, you can play 1K forever. You could, but it wouldn't be very fun. And your army would randomly maybe be really weird at 1K. And a lot of times whoever wins the double, just the other person explodes. Yeah, they tried to do it with Spearhead, they tried to do it with Combat Patrol, they tried to do it with meeting engagements. They've tried a lot of stuff to make 1K fun. I don't think they've ever quite hit the mark, but they realize that it's a problem. I would think. Ahem. Alright, is this everything? I don't have any... I have an iron blaster, but it's not built. I have 1 unit of 6 ogre gluttons, but they're kind of half built from a million years ago. I think I got them from someone on Facebook for like $12. Anyway, this is what I own. Actually, I borrow a Kragnos, if I'm perfectly honest, but this is what I have access to. Oh wait, I don't have a great Mawpot, I forgot, because that thing sucks. Actually, I ripped the Mawpot part of it out and put it on the back of one of my Stonehorns. I cannibalized it, in other words. Soothsayer, hot take. 1K is perfectly playable as long as you're not a salty bitch and don't mind getting wiped in a bad double and re-racking. Also multiplayer 1K. Right, but here's the thing. You can't tell people to get good or like not be salty when the people you're talking to are the most brand new onboarders ever, because apparently you have to treat those people with the biggest kitty gloves ever, otherwise they'll immediately quit the game or something. I don't know. I think there's this mythical new player that gets talked about a lot, and I'm not sure if it lines up with the reality of the new player. I don't know. That being said, yeah, multiplayer 1K is great. That's a good way to start. You each have a 1K army, you and your friend. You play against 2 other people with 1K armies. It's 2K versus 2K. It's a great way to start, nice and social. It doesn't even take longer than a normal game, really, because you have 2 people moving stuff at the same time. It's a good way to start. Anyhow, what am I doing with this? 3,000 points. Let's build. It's Ogremont tribes. It's Boulderhead. And it is in Gahur. Ready for plunder. First of all, I'm playing with Kragnos, and that is final, because he's fun. He looks fucking stupid, but boy is he fun. Kid, you're in. Probably using a BR. Maybe, maybe not. So right now, I've added a second monster to the list, right? My first Frostlord. The minimum I can be now is 2 drops. Because it's... Battle Regiment is really awkward in an army that wants to play monsters. You kinda can never be 1 drop, really. It sucks. It's hard to fit. I have 3,000 points to play with here. I could go with some Huskguards on Thundertusk if I wanted to have access to some prayers and things like that. But maybe it's just... Is it just all killers? 100% killers? Ooh, okay, so here's a decision point. Are we trying to blood vulture max? Are we vulture maxing? Or are we quality matching? Because at 3,000, you can get as many as like 6 blood vultures in your list. And that's a fairly potent... It's a potent thing to have on the table. Being able to roll 6 dice on 2-ups and sometimes one-shot a foot hero from anywhere on the table as long as he's in line of sight. That's a very good bonus to have. The downside is everything that could use a blood vulture is kind of bad, or at least worse than something that doesn't. And it's a little unfortunate to only use like 3 of them. Maybe I want to use 1,000,000, just like have a lot of them. Maybe I go infinite drops and I play 1,000,000 Frost Lords. That could also be silly. Maybe I'll do a bunch. I'll do a few lists. We'll do a few of them, okay? First of all, Blood Vulture, for sure. Battle Reggies. So it could be something like... 3 Stonehorn Beast Riders. I think I have to have 5... I need 5 Battle Line, right? Or 4 Battle Line at 3k? Yeah. Am I really paying 260 for a Vulture? I don't think I own 4 Stonehorn Beast Riders. I think I only have 3. No, actually, I have a few of them that I can switch the heads off of. Hold up. Be right back. I'm checking my shelf. We'll see how many Stonehorn Beast Riders I actually own in real life. This actually matters. Be right back. One moment. Yo. Alright. So, it turns out I can use a head swap. I thought ahead. Past Heywoah has saved me. So... I can swap this head. And I do technically have access to 4 Stonehorn Beast Riders. So we can possibly do it. This first list will be called, this is the Vulture Maxing list. We are Vulture Maxing. To the point that maybe, am I still, yeah, I'm definitely still using a Frost Sword on Stonehorn. Hold up, let me read chat. 2 1k armies against inexperienced players, 2k walking you through. Yeah, that's perfect as well. Like 2 new 1k players versus a 2k, that works as well. Vince did a show talking about that, and I hadn't considered it before, but I think it's like the best way to start. If you only have 1k points, you and a friend with 1k armies each against a 2k person, or maybe even 2 other 1ks, great way to start, actually. Vulture Span sounds hilarious, also good if the event is in Andator with all the small wizard. Yeah. I like being able to roll a bunch of vultures from across the table. It was called Two-Headed Giant in Magic, yeah. And sometimes, what was the other thing? Kings and Rulers or something? I can't remember what... There was one where there was like a king and then like 2 squires or something, and archenemy maybe, or something like that, and you could only attack each of the sides until the main guy, and it was, you each had, I can't remember. There was a 5-pointed star version one as well. Yeah, it's been too long and I never really did multiplayer. I was mostly a must-win grinder guy. Go to every 5k, go to every 1k in a 10-hour radius, go to every SCG, go to every GP. That kind of thing. Anyway, what points are we at? 25. Put like a Huskard in there. For another, Huskard for another bird, and then access to prayers. I think Kragnos is too good not to play with at 3k, especially in ogres. Because that 3d6 you get the impact hits from, and I can't see not playing with it at 3k. But a Huskard on Stonehorn is such a shit model. Like, it's a bad unit. Frostlord gets the spear attacks, and it's on a 3-up save. Huskard, no spear attacks, and a 4-up save. That's terrible for 400. Like, that's so bad. You might as well have Stonehorn Beast Riders. Because you're paying... Your army is an extra drop with this guy. I just don't think he's worth playing in any capacity. I would sooner put another battle line in there, basically. Can I squeeze in 2 Thundertusk Beast Riders? Can we have 6 birds? Can I roll 6 dice for Blood Vultures? $30, $20. God damn it. Alright. The 6 vulture dream is dead. Damn, it would be kind of sick though to just deploy and then roll 6d6 and every 2-up is a mortal wound to whatever their most important foot hero is every turn forever. Like, that's actually kind of nice. But I am giving up a lot to do that. And the Thundertusks wouldn't even be that bad at 3k, because there's bound to be some 30-man units somebody's playing with, you know? But with 6d6, you're pretty likely to get 5. With 5d6, you're not. Like, you'll roll that 1. Then again, it's an extra drop, blah, blah, blah. What about a Beast Rider? And then like a foot hero wizard or something that keeps us in the same amount of drops, but gives access to a wizard for a free battle tactic. Because the game is all about battle tactics now, unfortunately, which sucks. Now we're at 29. 29, which is the most awkward amount ever. What even 100-point thing can I add to this army even? Two Frost Sabers for 80? No, that's not worth it. That's not worth a drop. Take a sneaky Gorger to steal objectives. I don't think do we still have the old Gorger War Scroll available? I don't think we do. I think it's the new one now, and that thing's 240 or some nonsense. Nobblers are 120, but don't have any anyway. Yetis are 110, which puts us at 3010. We do still have the old Gorger? Okay. I mean, I don't have one. So there is that. Awkward amount of points. What if Oscar? 2830. So you go Huskard Slaughter. 2970. It's kind of +1 drops any way you slice it. Huskard on Thunder still has Blood Vulture. Also Prayers. Gives me access to his Monsters Rampage, which is normally bad, but at 3,000 points, you can actually kind of make use of it. What is this? If we're really maxing, what does this list look like without Kragnos, though? Like Frostlord, Double Slaughter, 1 drop. No, it can't be 1 drop because of Battle Reg. It has to be 2. We can take 2 Battle Regs, so it's 2 drops. And then just put everything in. $30.40, huh? 29 flat, huh? Okay, so if we're truly Vulture maxing, this is Frostlord on Stonehorn, 2 Slaughtermasters, Huskguard on Thundertusk with a Vulture, 6 Battle Line monsters, each with a Vulture, 4 Beast Riders and 2 Thundertusk. So we are on 7 birds. So this is 2 drops, 7 birds, 2 wizards, kitted out Frostlord. The problem with this army is none of these guys can issue themselves commands. That's an issue. But I have enough heroes that they can kind of follow them. And that's kind of okay. Grab the Slaughtermaster back and swap a Stonehorn Beast Rider for a Thundertusk. You mean a Huskguard? 1 more hero adds another drop. Alright, anyway, this is... We can quibble about this one, but I'm putting it in the maybe pile. We can do some stuff to it to smooth the numbers around. But I think simply playing with Kragnos is something that I'm doing. What if I don't care about drops? It's 3,000 points. That's kind of probably what everyone's gonna say, you know. What if I simply don't care about drops? And I don't care about birds. Fuck birds, dude. Bald eagle's the only bird I respect, am I right, gamers? This one trades long range vultures and like utility for just pure war scroll quality, for pure gas, as they say. We don't care about drops, we don't care about utility, we don't care about sniping your stupid foot hero. We care about just war scroll quality and fucking damage. Let's satisfy our battle line. Hornfang pack, 150. You love to see it. Good cost. Good points cost there. Four units of 2 Mournfang. So I have technically chaff in this version of the army. Technically, I have chaff. I got stuff that can run around and just stand somewhere. You do want that at 3k a lot. More units is better. You gotta cover that table. We're using the big tables at 3k. And I can technically field 5 Frostlords on Stonehorn. So what if I do? Or however many can fit into a list, say. Because I somehow I have found myself in possession of 5 Frostlords on Stonehorns. I think you're still limited to 6 hero slots. No, it's 3k. You're limited to 8. Got it. Oh yeah, hey, that's true, Azrael. Even though Boulderhead usually ignores the monster limit, it only does so because your battle line ones lose the roll. So I can still only have 4 actual the most I can do is 3 Frostlords and 1 Kragnos. As far as like hero slots go. I mean, I couldn't fit another one with points anyway. Oh, it does go to 6. Oh, nice. Okay. But I don't have the points for that anyway. And there's no 300 point leader. So we could do 3 Frostlords on Stonehorn. Plus Kragnos. And then I got 300 points left over. So we could drop a Mournfang and go up a Beast Rider. For the maximum monster truck. Mayhem. Puts me at 2880. I could also fill out the Mournfang so they're more than just nothing, if I wanted to as well. Which might actually be a decent idea. 120 is a goofy amount to have. If you drop Mournfang, you get another Flosh, right? But I need 4 battle line at 3k. So I actually need all 4. And so if I'm gonna drop a Mournfang pack, it has to be replaced with some battle line. So Robin Mankiller. Evening. If we wanted to hold up, now hear me out. We could go for an Icebrow Hunter General, which unlocks Frost Saber battle line. For the absolute bottom of the barrel. Cheapest, I mean, still expensive. These are 80 for 2, which is nuts, but technically. We could go for a Icebrow Hunter General. Frost Sabres. And now we're at 2540. Plus 1 Frostlord for 460. Hold up. Hold up. Let him cook, though. Game will be over quick one way or another. Let's organize this all nice. All right. 3,000 points. Hear me out. Kragnos, 4 Frost Lords on Stonehorn. Icebrow Hunter, 4 units of 2 cats. We got 14 models on the table. No wizards. No priests. No blood vultures. What's the board size? It's the old big board size. 6x4. I mean, if I wanted to travel light, I could fit this in a Ziploc bag. 3d6 plus 4 to charge. Yeah, they stack. Even better, the Icebrow Hunter. 3 of the Frost Sabers start off the board, which is hilarious. I think I might actually want to use them as chaff in case I play against an Alpha Strike army. Although, an Alpha Strike army can get around Frost Sabers so easily. That's another problem with them. They don't have a lot of board presence. They don't cover a big area. And they can die to random pot shot shooting before the charge phase anyway. Okay, so this one's in the maybe pile. This is the funniest one. If I want to be on brand for the stream, right, for the content, this is probably one of the choices. With 4 units, you have decent zoning. Yeah, and everything's the fucking same. So I could deploy like this if I wanted to. It's like, all right, here's my deployment on the back half, and then this stuff can do whatever, you know, up front. Okay. What do you go against? What do you hit? Everything's the same, it doesn't matter, right? Alright, this is stupid. I love it. Save object. 3K. 4 big guys. 4 Flosh Crag. Exactly 3,000. The meme. Save. Okay. Heywoah, do you happen to have the Rabble Rouser ROR? Because at 3K you can get nutty in BCR with it. No, I don't. I don't have the Rabble Rousers. As real. I don't really have any Gutbusters even. I have the Beast Claw half of the army. And I don't really have much else. I don't got Rabble Rousers. I don't have Trogs or Giants or even Gutbusters really to ally in. You can play a smooth game to keep your command mind sharp. I mean, this is one of the most smooth-brained army lists I've ever seen. The mental load will be very low on the table. And that's actually kind of good. That's a good thing. Or rather, it is something to consider. 1 carrier, 4 cruisers, and 8 patrol boats. Yep. Now, what if we're not trying to meme and we're just, like, doing a cross-section? I like to call it I painted stuff that I think looks cool, and so we're making a Neapolitan. A little bit of everything. Just how Richard Garfield intended. Like, how many points is something like this? A well-painted Neapolitan list is always your favorite. It's got a nice cohesion to it, doesn't it? Look big, feel big. Streaming on YouTube also. Yeah, I'm streaming simultaneously, YouTube and Twitch, because they changed the rules. They allowed me to do it. Do you not like Guts then? Not really. When I started playing Beastclaw Raiders, had their own army book, and they were their own army. They were their own faction. And then way later, they took all the Gutbusters and threw them into my army book, reassembling the Ogre Kingdoms, and I was not happy about it. Because I liked these guys. I didn't like these guys. There's cool shit about Gutbusters. It's not that I don't like them, I guess. Mechanically, Ogre Gluttons are sweet. Iron Guts are sweet. Iron Blasters were sweet for a little while, and then they changed the rules of the game, and now they're trash. But whatever, it's, well, they're not trash, Gutbusters are fun, but their models are just old enough to look pretty derpy for the most part, and their Finecast stuff is awful. And I don't like Noblars conceptually. I wanted to play the big, cool ice guys with the cooler story. Derpy is fine. The army is absurd. Well, to me, no. There's a level of derp that I'm kind of okay with, and Gutbusters are a little over the line for me. Everybody's got a line somewhere. I mean, there's some derpy-ass fucking shit in both halves of the army. Like Frost, Icebrow Hunter, obviously. You know. But, I don't know, I'm kind of waiting for getting rid of all the Finecast on this half of the army. Distinguishing the different units a little better. I'm waiting. I won't not jump in. And the more we go into the future, the more each half of the army is probably just gonna become one thing. I think. I think they're just merging them more and more over time. So eventually I won't have a choice. Hopefully they'll have cooler models, and so I won't mind, right? Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, how many points is this stuff? So, Hunter out. 2 Flosh, 1 Kragnos. Put some freshly reduced point Mornfang in there. A unit of 4, maybe a unit of 2. Put a Beast Rider. What are we at? 24? Yeah, 2 Beast Riders. 2750, huh? That's an awkward amount of points to have. 250, huh? A Thunder Tusk Beast Rider is 260, but I kind of don't want one anyway. Mornfang is 150 instead of 250, which leaves me at the awkward amount. All the wizards are 140. Damn, this always just ends up at a weird amount of points. It's because of that 720, I think. You could go 4 and 4, and then I have 29. What am I doing with it? I could do an adornment, actually, instead of a wizard, which trades one easy command, or one easy battle tactic for another easy battle tactic. And since I have 2 heroes, I can give one a Nullstone adornment, and the other one a normal artifact. And the wizard buffs are good, but I don't know if I'm going to get them off. if we do that? $25.70. Adornment plus Throne is 2 easy BTs, yeah. Take a Thundertusk BR instead of double up Mornfang? Yeah, perhaps. At 3,000, 260 is so cheap that there's bound to be some massive regiment somewhere, right? They're not even good against massive regiments, to be honest, but it's another vulture. It's another monster for the monster's action, which is kind of nice. 2680. A Stonehorn Beast Rider is 330, so exactly not able to do that. Remember that one time Frostwreath Ice went nuts? Yeah, but I'm not playing for that one time. You know? I'm trying to... Let's do consistency here. I don't think I have enough Mornfang in real life. I think I only have 8. Maybe I have 10. I guess I could look it up. This actually looks kind of nice. Can I do this? Is this okay? $29. $29, eh? I'm gonna throw away Unit of Cats. To speed bump. I don't think I care about drops at this point. It would be another drop, which is really sad. And 80 for them is so annoying, but I just want more stuff on the table, I think, at this point, right? And I can't fit 2... Oh, I can do 2... I thought it required 3. It requires 2. I can be 2 drop. Well, no, I can be 3, I guess. Eh. It's fine. It's fine. Battle Reg. Battle Reg. Battle Reg 2. Technically, it should be 1-2-1-2. So the one of each type can go in different places as you're deploying them. There we go. 2 cats. Ogres are one of the 3 armies surely getting range refreshed upgrades next edition, though, so inhale Hopium, yeah. I mean, it could very well be Beast of Chaos. It could very well be... I mean, it could be a lot of people. The only thing we know for sure is that Skaven is next. After that, it's just Hopium, as far as I know. But I'll inhale some Hopium on that, no big deal. Do we have a game, or are we just... planning on list building? I'm building my list for Adepticon right now. I don't have a game lined up. I'm just building a 3K list for Adepticon. Out of like stuff that I happen to own. And I'm coming up with kind of like 3 lists for it. Apologies I didn't look at chat earlier. I'm usually on top of that. If Rover Temple Lumineth releases before Adneth Wave 2, you're going to be in bloody shambles. Dude, if Lumineth gets anything before a lot of armies, I'm going to be in shambles. Fucking chill, bros. GW is going to phase out the rest of Finecast. That's what I would think. It's very reasonable. I would think that. And Finecast is a lot of Skaven, nearly and I think an entire third or more of ogres, and then some orcs, as far as Finecast is concerned. I don't think BOC has Finecast, but they are very old. So that kind of sucks. Anyway, 2980. This list seems reasonable-ish. 5 monsters. A whole bunch of wounds, at least, of stuff. 2 cats that can stand somewhere and be useful one time. Double Frost Lords. One of them has all the gear, and the other one has a Nullstone Adornment, which is another battle tactic, because you can... there's a battle tactic for... capture something if you have a Nullstone Adornment from somebody who used to have it. It's pretty easy. Kragnos is always nice. Oh, you know what? Kragnos encourages us not to play with Mournfang. Hold up. I might be swerving at the last minute. Kragnos encourages us to play with as many monsters as possible. Because Mournfang, despite getting much cheaper, the reason they got cheaper is that they suck. And the reason they suck is because they don't interact with our Allegiance abilities very well. They do Mortals on 5s in a unit of 4, and Mortals on 6s in a unit of 2. Monsters are always on 4-ups. And Gutbusters do Mortals on 4s, and sometimes, if you're a Tyrant, do Mortals on 3s. Jesus Christ. Right. So, actually, I don't want 2 units of 4 Mournfang. Because they suck at impact hits anyway. And they suck at capturing. Because 4 of them capture 8, one of these guys captures 10. The reason Mournfang are good is because they're good against Unleash Hell, and they have a lot of attacks compared to your other stuff. Even though they don't do the greatest damage, they at least have a decent amount of attacks, and everything else you have does not. Tay Barracuda thanks for gifting a tier 1 sub. To Tomb King Tristan, who is surely enjoying his Warhammer the Old World army. You dig list building? Yeah, it's not the most exciting stream, I admit, but we did, for the first 2 hours, we had a whole bunch of news and stuff to talk about, because I was sick for a while. And I don't do list building streams very often, because it's a lot of back and forth. But, you know, I gotta make a list for Adepticon, I might as well stream doing that, right? How many points do we have left over? If it's just 2 of them. I think it should probably be more, but... 26. So, couldn't fit a Frostlord, but I wasn't really trying to fit a Frostlord. Could fit another Stonehorn in. A little 1, 2, 3. For 29.30, which is kind of fine. I could put just like a bunch more Mournfang in, but I don't own a bunch more, exactly. So this could be the list. It's 3 Beast Riders, 2 Frostlord, 1 Kragnos, and 2 Mournfang. $29.30, which means I'm gonna get the Triumph, probably. I'm actually willing to go a reasonable amount below to get the Triumph as a Beastclaw army. I really do want that reroll charge one. And your points always end up so awkward, generally, that you can't get it perfect anyhow. Maybe this is it. All right. List 2. 3K. Five stone, some MF. 29. What, 30? Yeah, 29.30. Alright, we got 2 in the maybe pile. Besides vulture maxing. With 7 blood vultures every turn to kill little foot heroes. 1 Frostlord and 2 wizards. And this is... I could field this, potentially. But I'm not trying to play without Kragnos in a Beastclaw list, so... Just roll boxcars and Kragnos and everything will be out to get true. Just roll boxcars, easy. Just roll 6s. It's the advice I always try to give people. You want to hear how vulture maxing goes? I'm probably not playing it. But, you know, when you draw it up on paper, it sounds kind of nice. The problem is none of these guys can issue themselves commands. And all of these guys kind of suck. Like, this is the only unit in the army that is consistent enough for you to feel like you can really hammer something. Like, you gotta Voice of the Avalanche this. You know, there's no... You can kind of keep heroes near some of this stuff, but, you know. Nah, it's Voice. Kragnos is War Master, so if you have him, you have a little leeway, yeah. One of the interactions I like to use that I won't be able to use here is, as far as the Beastclaw prayers are concerned, one of your prayers gives plus 3 inches of movement to a friendly monster. And it doesn't say friendly Beastclaw monster or friendly Stonehorn, it says friendly monster. So you can pray for a Kragnos to be 13-inch move, which is actually a big deal, because Kragnos is slow as fuck. For a pie plate base 700 point god, 10-inch not flying is slow as fuck. And so he's like holding you back a lot of times. So that prayer can really help if you want to have a big turn, you know? But that being said, I generally play him like an aircraft carrier anyway. I send out F-15 Stonehorns from the central aircraft carrier here. I'm not usually trying to alpha strike anybody. You don't quite have the movement, and you don't have the flying to really like alpha strike people, and you don't have the low drop count either. I'm not trying to alpha. It doesn't quite fit the army. And yeah, he's an auto runner. Is there a third type? Because, okay, so how do we feel about the memes? How do we feel about Kragnos, 4 Frostlords, Icebrow Hunter, and like a bunch of cats? on a scale of don't do it to actually it's hilarious, go for it, versus a little more reasonable, you know. Also, after the first 2 Frost Lords, the other 2 get nothing, right? Like these 2, no, there's 0 mount traits that are good after the first 2. I would even say that the second one isn't that great. No artifacts. They're just 3-up save spear guys. Which, to be fair, is way better than a Stonehorn Beast Rider, who weren't going to get mount traits anyway. So actually, hold on. Sometimes there's in a vacuum and sometimes there's a comparison. So really what we're doing here, in a sense, is these guys don't have mount traits, but these guys weren't going to get mount traits anyway. So the real comparison is 2 Frost Lords versus 3 Stonehorn Beast Riders. That's really kind of what we're comparing. And none of them are going to get mount traits in any case. And then these guys are about as useless as these guys. But there's just more of them so they can go to more places on the table. The difference here is this is 3 charge rolls, and this is 2 charge rolls. And like quantity of things that can roll charges when they start near Kragnos is actually that's a thing, right? So +1 point for Stonehorn Beast Riders. I can go in 3 different places, +1 point. You know, you can multi-charge the same thing. That's good, tactically. The point for Frost Lords are, I get 1 Finest Hour every turn, every battle round of the entire game, right? Whichever one happens not to be in combat, I can possibly even heroic healing it. These guys can't do any of that. They can't issue. These guys can issue to themselves if they need to. These guys can't. You have the opportunity to outplay your opponent with heroes more than with Stonehorn Beast Riders. True. Extra 10 on an objective somewhere, and that matters at 3,000 points. Yeah. This is closer than I thought it was going to be. We got extra 10 capturing. Go to 1 extra place on the table for power projection. One extra just thing that can die, and I still have the same amount of guys out, right? And I guess multi-charges. The bonus here is heroic actions, send commands, 3-up save, frost spear. Yeah, these have 3-up save, these have 4-up save, and can't issue. I can potentially do something with Icebrow too. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different little units that I don't care about that can stand somewhere, go somewhere, be a speed bump, waste somebody's combat phase, stand next to an objective and stand on it later. Well, I guess I can decide between these 2 lists later. The point is, they're both stupid and great. And I think I know what I'm doing. One of these. Or some mixture of. Alright. Good talk, good chat. I appreciate it. I think we've covered it. Just about covered everything. How long is the stream gonna go? 3.5 hours? Okay. That's about right. Well, thanks for stopping by. This is my test of multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch, and everything worked except the stuff that didn't work. But more worked than I thought it would. I gotta figure out a way to make YouTube memberships and super chats and stuff appear on the screen with the funny memes, because the Twitch works, YouTube didn't work, even though I set it up so that it would. I got funny memes that pop up when somebody subscribes and stuff. That shit's fun. So I gotta fix that. And then also, YouTube chat doesn't show up on the stream the few times I happen to be showing it on stream. But I know the problem with that. I can fix that one already. Other one I'm going to have to fuck with a little bit. But anyway, hey, good work. I appreciate it. You're bringing out Kragnos and the cows to your local GT next month. After 9 months of Rocket Tyrant, and Mixed Arms, it's time to unleash the beasts. Good man. Good man and thorough. Yeah, my 2K list, I was kind of floundering. I'm not gonna lie. When Stonehorn Beast Riders went up in points, it broke my list at 2K, and I never found anything I was really happy with. Running Kragnos in it was, you just had too few guys on the table to do anything. And running without Kragnos, I didn't feel very good no matter how I switched things around. So in between those two battle scribes, I was like, man, I can't find anything good to do. And dropping Mournfang by 20 was exactly enough to make me able to use the old list again. So that was a good one. Anyway, hey, TY for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for the subs and the bits and the primes. And the super chat, memberships, all that shit. Damn. Appreciate you guys watching, even though I was gone for a while. If you're up to new merch ideas, you'd love to make stuff for you to sell. You got into laser engraving, and you can make all kinds of stuff. Damien Chew Nut, nice. Laser engraving, huh? Hey, I'll think about it. TY for the offer. What else? Yeah, thanks for all the stuff. I appreciate it. Join my Discord if you feel like it. And I'll see you later this week, because I can stream whenever I want now. After this Thursday, I'll be done with my current project, and so my schedule's more open to work on YouTubes and streaming stuff. Big plans ahead. I'd a skateboard shirt when, hell yeah, dude. Riding those eels, just kick flipping more Sargard. Let's go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Oh shit, dude, hold up. This is a problem. Normally, I either forget to raid somebody, or I raid somebody. You know, one of those two things. Either I do it or I forget. But here's the problem. Does YouTube have a raid thing? Can you raid in YouTube? Is that even possible? I don't know. Well, shit. All right, that's something else I'm gonna have to figure out. Don't worry about it. Anyway, TY for watching. Appreciate.